Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Cody Caesar, what are we gonna do here on that?
Bond here, good.
Okay, Cody Caesar,
He's in bed.
there's a motion to revoke probation,
Yes, sir.
regular probation,
Yes, sir.
so he's not entitled by law to, bond, but I'll certainly, but I mean, isn't this one of those that we either need to work something out or have a hearing,
Judge,
right?
we have a free offer
Hello,
from the state.
okay,
We haven't verified that time, so we can't advise. of
Okay.
facts.
but I'm not letting him out, otherwise on regular probation until we can resolve this. Especially when I'm looking at these kinds of, I mean, there's a substantive crime and positives and I mean, what do you want to do? You want to have a hearing on this or try to work something out if that's what it's going to be?
Judge, I think we could reach an agreement. Again, we just need to confirm back tonight. We've been trying since I got the case.
Why don't we do that?
Y'all have to confirm whether he had a detainer placed on him. That would take a couple of phone calls.
So there's another charge maybe
Oh,
pending
he
in
was,
another jurisdiction?
It missed me in the court.
yes, sir. Well, no, there was
That would
a,
be easy to find.
he was in penitentiary on another charge. This, they're trying to determine when the detainer was while he was in the penitentiary. Because it happened since this.
So what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Judge, we wanted to ask court for bond.
It's, okay, let's go through this. He's on regular probation and while on probation, when there's allegations, I set a warrant for his arrest and I don't grant bonds generally. I always consider, but it would have to be an unusual set of circumstances. If that's what you want to go through a hearing, go ahead. You're Cody Caesar, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, you were charged with burglary of a habitation. You were sentenced to 10 years in prison, probated for 10 years on March 9th of 2020, correct? Go ahead. It's your motion. You want,
you are not entitled to a bond by law and
on an offense where it's a burglary of second degree felony.
correct burglary of habitation, second degree felony.
With, you had 10 violations of probation, including committing family violence assault, failing to report the probation change of address, providing a urine sample that tested positive for benzodiazepines, tested positive for methamphetamine, tested positive for tetrahydrocannabinol, tested positive for Xanax, tested positive for methamphetamine, tested positive for tetrahydrocannabinol, failing to participate in and successfully complete thinking for change, moral recognition therapy, failing to obey, stand by, failing to obey all rules and regulation of the supervision jurisdiction as directed by the court in violation. That's not specific. That's thrown out.
There's a special amendment that
I don't know
applies.
what that is, but
Yes, sir.
it's not in the allegation in the motion. So that's, but go ahead, whatever you want to do. But
Thank you, Judge. Your Honor, Mr. Caesar was charged with a misdemeanor assault, family violence that involved yanking a necklace from the complaining witness's neck.
let's say, forget that.
He has been in,
Just for this purpose.
he's been in TDCJ custody for almost 2.5 years to the day. During that time, he was the clerk to the chaplain for approximately a year. His daughters were very young when he went in, and he was able to get visitation rights to his daughters. He has completed 5 different courses, including a parenting course, which is called the Completed Quest for Authentic Manhood. Actually have exhibits stated that could apply, continue for your review. Board as well. Judge, these are the certifications he's completed. There's 5 different ones.
Just read them. in the records, please.
Thank you. The first is quest for authentic manhood, Larry Giss unit, where he studied parenting, finances, budgeting, spousal interaction. Did some what was called core problem therapy. He also completed of note the Bridges to Life, which was a victim impact and group therapy program, and he completed anger management through UTMB, which was a group therapy and a
We see pre-sentence report. Go ahead.
and it was a prevention monitoring program. I'm sure the folks familiar with the anger management. Those were the courses of note, but like as a note, he's completed 5 courses in parole, did an assessment and did grant him parole. And he was paroled early, actually, he was supposed to be paroled in January and they let him off a couple of weeks, or last week. For these reasons, we think that he is shown that he's not a threat of flight. As far as the other issues go, Mr. Caesar will continue to attend all court hearings until we can resolve the motion to revoke probation. This reason we asked the court to set a bond. The amount it was originally set in this case, $20,000.
Let me get this straight here. I'm looking at the pre-sentence report, and this was home invasion. Well, let's see. There's the defendant wearing all black, detained in handcuffs by other officers. The investigation showed that the defendant went to the residence with the intent to assault the resident, entered the residence without effective consent, which as I guess resulted in this burglary habitation. Wielding a crowbar and attempting to strike the people inside. They were able to detain him until police arrived.
Mr. Smith?
And then the defendant says, I went to someone's house to confront them about an issue with my family. They opened the door, allowed me to come in, and once I was inside, they were over there, which is, of course, completely different from the crime he pleaded guilty to, which was entering a habitation without the effective consent of the complainant with intent to commit assault. That's what he pleaded guilty to. So his criminal history includes not only misdemeanors of deferred or unadjudicated probation for a misdemeanor possession of marijuana in 2009, driving while intoxicated in 2015, illegal possession of controlled substance in Orange County for 12 days in jail. But let's see, in 2010, 5 years deferred or unadjudicated probation, $1,400 in restitution. That was revoked in 2015. He was sentenced to 10 years imprisonment in that case. What county was that? Was that this county?
Which,
It's right here. It's the first one under adult felony court history.
We believe it's here, Your Honor.
If I'm not mistaken, Your Honor, he's actually was serving sentences for Jefferson County. For
Well, the question I guess is, why wasn't that used as an enhancement paragraph in this case? Because that was 2015. This offense occurred in 2019. Oh, then, so, I mean, he would have been enhanceable to a first degree felon. But that wasn't done. But it's considered by the court, I guess. Then 18 months state jail for delivery of a controlled substance, then illegal possession of a controlled substance in 2015, and an illegal possession, two illegal possessions in 2015. So his criminal history is 1, 2, 3, 4 convictions of felonies, right? 2 state jails, 1 TDC, and a 10-year TDC. 1 controlled substances offenses, state jails, all before he commits this offense. So we still nonetheless place him on regular probation for what looks like a very disturbing set of circumstances. And then, yes, he's alleged to have committed an assault. But all of these are allegations, but we can certainly do the urine samples right now if we wanted. With the probation office, which would reflect, let's see, how many different issues in his history now for drugs. So, but he says all of these drugs he doesn't use now. Although in the pre-sentence report, although shortly after he's placed on probation, he's testing positive for all those drugs he doesn't use anymore. What do you want to do? No bond. No, I don't think these circumstances fit a bond. We will race to this hearing as soon as possible. Just tell me when y'all are ready. This afternoon?
We just need to verify back time so I can advise them properly about the state's offer, Judge, without verification.
What is the state's offer? I'm curious about.
State's
Because
offer
this is
was-
court, I don't have to accept it. This
State's
is,
offer was
this
2 years,
probation.
2 years spend time since he's already been in prison on the other one.
you're gonna have to renegotiate that. I'm not gonna accept that. Not with this criminal history, what he did. We're looking at that. That's terrible. This pre-sentence report had 4 convictions, and then we're gonna give him the minimum for giving him a Christmas gift, kinda. By giving him another chance, and he went right into committing, and drugs are a crime, so we're testing positive for that, but we didn't hit him for a substantive offense, but they're serious. Yeah, notwithstanding the first case, but of an assault, but no, that's y'all can either renegotiate something, but no, not under these circumstances. I mean, that would be giving them the minimum for 4 convictions before, and then committing these kinds of violations. I don't think that's appropriate under this court's watch, okay?
We have nothing further, Judge.
Y'all decide when everybody can be ready for an MPRP here and we can get that going.
Thank you, Judge.
Y'all, that works out. Okay.